a little bit more of a disappointing week and some signs of weakness, I thought, from that USC San Jose State game.
Tons of weakness.
Tons of weakness. And I know it's week one. I know they have a lot of defensive transfers. And I know they're just getting back into the swing of things. But I know that you mentioned on Twitter that USC's biggest weakness was on defense. And they did absolutely nothing to solve that problem.
You could put whoever you want around Caleb Williams, and Caleb Williams is going to produce.
Yeah, he was electric. I mean, he was electric.
Fantastic.
No doubt about that. I think it was 500 total yards.
Yep.
341 passing and 160 rushing.
Yeah.
I mean, Caleb Williams, he's capable to do that almost just about every week.
Yeah, like the team played really good on offense. Caleb made some play. I know there's that play where he fumbled the snap.
Yeah.
And then like ran back like 10 yards and then launched it like 70 yards.
Unreal.
It's like, we know what Caleb's going to give you. Caleb's going to put points on the board, and he's going to single-handedly win USC football games.
Yeah.
The problem is when you get into those close football games against, like, say, Washington, say, Utah last year beat them twice, and Oregon, you're going to have to play some defense.
Defense has got to show up.
Because those defenses will be good enough to stop Caleb at least a couple times.
And this is a team that wants to be considered as, playoff contenders.
Yep.
And conference championship contenders, national championship contenders, and defense wins championships. Caleb Williams, he's going to go out there and he's going to be electric. He's going to put up points. We're looking at probably 40, 50 points every single game.
Yep.
But you cannot be allowing 28 points at San Jose State. You're going to have issues, when Pac-12 play comes up, especially with, how impressive the quarterback class is this year for the Pac-12.
Yeah. And, I almost wanted to turn the TV off every time USC was on offense because I knew they're going to score.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't want to see their offense play. But first off, we should talk about Zachariah Branch.
Oh, yeah.
That kid's incredible.
Crazy.
The kickoff was, I heard someone talking about it and they're like, he should have been tackled like 4 or 5 times on that kickoff. And he just wasn't.
Yeah.
But.
See the number one receiver in his class in the country?
Yeah. So he just, adds to that already amazing receiver group that they got.
And I bet, Lincoln Riley's just, when he was coming into town, I mean, he was rubbing his hands thinking about,
I think they got the number one wide receiver and the number one tight end.
Yeah.
So
just pieces of the puzzle for Lincoln Riley. But I mean, the offense is not the question for USC. It's going to be on the defensive end. And, they need to make some improvements.
Well, yeah. And like, I think with Notre Dame and USC both playing on the same day, the easy comparison to make was them playing early October. And we saw Notre Dame's defense be really, really good. And we saw USC's defense not be so good.
Yeah.
Again, level of competition is different. But, I think it's worrisome. They have to travel to South Bend this year and play against Notre Dame on the road. So, I think that's a game looking out, a couple weeks down the line that maybe we look at USC as the underdog going into that game.
And there's, a lot's going to change from now and then. I don't think we should jump to any conclusions. We're going to find out a lot more about these teams as they start to develop as the season goes on. But, it's just making that matchup more enticing as we get week 0 of football